Welcome to the Sibling Rivalry MMA Podcast, Quarantine Episode 4, I believe.
I don't know.
We are finally getting some news. UFC 249 is a go, like we expected.
He fucking did it.
Just without Habib. But, oh well, we got a good card. They announced the card yesterday, top to bottom, freaking killers. Like, literally every fight on this card is pretty much amazing.
It's crazy. I can't believe they pulled it off.
I knew they would.
I don't know. But either way, this card is fucking awesome. I can't believe it.
So it's main evented by Ferguson and Gaethje, which, despite it not being Ferguson-Habib, this fight is fucking amazing. Like, this has the potential to be the best fight ever. Every fight that both these guys are in is amazing. Like, literally every Justin Gaethje fight is, like, fucking fight of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then put him against Ferguson, like, I tweeted this earlier. I think this is the worst possible matchup for Tony Ferguson.
It could be a bad one. I mean, Ferguson gets hit. Gaethje knocks people out. So, I don't know. We'll see. But, I mean, a weird thing I wonder with, like, pretty much actually everybody on this card is, like, how have they been training? All the gyms are supposed to be closed. Like, are they training? Are any of them in shape? Did any of them expect to be fighting? Like,
I think they all expected to be fighting for the most part.
I bet not all of them did. I don't know. So that'll be kind of interesting to see if anybody's in shape and how that goes. Hopefully it doesn't affect any of the fights and kind of make it, not what it really could have been. But I don't know. It's pretty interesting. I'm sure Gaethje's been trying to stay in shape, though, because he knew it was a possibility.
Well, he was talking today or yesterday with Okamoto. A video came out, and he was saying he's going to be able to go hard for 18 to 19 minutes. So, but he said that his fights, he's been scheduled for like 7 or 8 5-round fights in his career, and it's never gone 5 rounds, so he doesn't expect himself to have to go 5 rounds anyway.
See, that worries me that he even says that. Because, if he's not ready to go 25, if he has to put a lot of energy in early, then I don't know, that might screw him. Especially against Ferguson.
25 anyway.
Yeah, but Ferguson can.
Well, yeah, that's...
And he's been training, so...
Gaethje's either going to knock him out in the first 2 rounds, or Ferguson's going to beat his ass for the 3 through 4 through 5.
I don't know, but I don't even think... I mean, you said that could be fight of the year. I don't even think it's going to be fight of the night. There's some really good fights on this card. We'll get to all of them, but other people I think could be fight of the night is Luque and Price. That one really excites me a lot.
Yeah, they fought before.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Mm-hmm. Well, either way, I think they both... When did they fight?
I don't know, but they fought.
I don't know. They both have just been looking really good lately. Real exciting fights every time they fight, so it'll be a good one. Stevens and Guittari, obviously, that's another one. They both always have really good fights. Rose and Namajunas, that rematch.
Yeah, Rose versus Namajunas is going to be really good.
Fuck, why did I just say that? Rose and Andrade.
Concrete fight, too.
Yeah. I think Rose will probably beat her. I don't think that'll be fight of the night, but it's a good fight. Ngannou, Rozenstruik, that could not be a great fight, but we'll see. I don't know, a lot of really good ones. They really pulled it off and made it big. Yeah. Doing it on an Indian reservation, that's how they're allowed to get away with doing this, I guess.
They're doing it at a casino by Fresno, California. Looking at these fights, I was looking at the odds earlier, the betting odds. There's a lot of fights I really like. Mm-hmm. They have Stevens as a really big underdog. I think he can beat Qatar. I know Qatar's good, but Jeremy Stevens is really good too. He only loses to the best guys. So I like those odds. And they have Nico Price as a big underdog too. And I feel like I'm less impressed with Vicente Luque than anybody else is. I think he should have lost to Mike Perry, so I think Nico Price can definitely win that fight.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, all these fights are just amazing. But I want to talk more about Ferguson Gaethje.
Okay.
Because, I kind of wanted to hear your thoughts on how big of a challenge Gaethje is for Ferguson. Because if they both had full training camps, I might pick Justin Gaethje in this fight. In the first couple of rounds, I think it's going to be, I think Gaethje's going to beat the fuck out of him in the first couple of rounds. No questions asked. If Tony wants to get this fight to the ground, I don't think he's going to be able to. He's not going to take Justin Gaethje down. And even if it does go to the ground, I don't think Ferguson's going to be able to submit Gaethje. So, I think the third round is going to be what's really important in this, because I think Gaethje's going to win the first 2. And if he has enough conditioning to win the third, I think he can win the fight. Because I don't think Tony Ferguson's going to be able to finish Gaethje.
I think he can definitely finish Gaethje, actually. Especially if he's not in the best shape that he could be. I don't know. This kind of reminds me of like McGregor and Mendez. Like Mendez coming in late notice, not really being in shape. He's got like the wrestling and all that. Where like Mendez came out looking really strong, and then Conor was able to outlast him and beat him up. I could see something like that happening with this fight. Gaethje definitely has the tools to beat Tony, but Tony has the same tools to beat Gaethje, and just considering Tony's been training for this, well, not for this fight in particular, but training for the toughest fight he could possibly have. I don't know. I still think Ferguson gets it, but who knows? Maybe Gaethje comes in with a little bit of a, well, I want to say element of surprise, but you usually don't get that with Gaethje. You usually get exactly what you expect.
I think Gaethje probably has been aware of this for longer than we think, considering Ali is Khabib and Gaethje's manager. And I think Khabib has kind of been thinking about not being able to do this fight for a while, especially with all this stuff going on, just the way Khabib's been talking even before he went back to Russia, just the things that have been happening and what he was thinking about it. I feel like Gaethje's kind of had an idea about him taking this fight for a while.
Even all that was just a few weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. So it's I don't know. I mean, that's still not that much time.
This guy's training though. Anyway, he's been training. It's not like he was sitting on his couch not doing shit.
Yeah, but I don't know what everybody's gym situation is in these times right now. They should all be closed. They shouldn't really be training with anybody.
They definitely are training though. All of them are definitely training. They would not take these fights if they're not training.
I don't know.
I mean, that's
but they can't do the same stuff they usually can. I hear you.
Okay, but none of them can, so it's not that big of a disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if every single fighter is at the same disadvantage, is it really a disadvantage?
But they probably aren't all. Probably not all of them are. I'm sure some of their gyms are doing the same shit as they always do.
I don't think any of these guys would take the fight if they didn't think they were ready.
I don't know. I think they probably would because they don't. I mean, everything's so uncertain right now. They're like, okay, I need to go get paid. And some of these guys had their fights canceled recently. So I guess they had at least been training before, but these people see this as an opportunity. They not every UFC fighter gets to fight on this card, and they aren't for certain when the next one's going to be.
Well, Justin Gaethje's notoriously known for not taking short notice fights. Refuses to do it, will never do it. So if he took this fight, I think he's probably pretty well prepared.
But same thing what you said. I think goes with what I just said. He doesn't like to take short notice fights, but he sees that he kind of has to, especially with a big opportunity like this.
Well, Dana's saying they're going to host these fights every week on that island, so It's not like these opportunities aren't going to come. I think anyone that wants to fight is going to be able to fight whenever they want.
Yeah, but I don't understand that either. He's Dana White, I guess, has just been sitting around fucking hammered talking to his kids, I guess. And be like, oh, I'll just buy a fucking island and we'll have fights every week and it'll be great. That's crazy. I mean, it's pretty cool. It sounds pretty badass. You're going to go buy an island and have fights on it every weekend, but, I don't know, man. This is one thing that I was thinking about. Are they going to have a hospital on this island? How is this all going to work? Because people can get really hurt. I don't know where the island is. Nobody knows anything about it. He's saying that he's going to bring the fighters out there and he's not going to tell them where they're going. He's going to make it some big secret. I don't know. It's fucking weird. We'll see how it goes.
They know what they're getting themselves into, though.
Yeah, but I don't know.
We can say this all they want. They know. I'm sure they asked if there's a hospital there. I'm sure they know if there's one.
I'm sure there's not going to be a hospital there if he's buying a private island.
There might. It doesn't have to just be. It's not a fucking island with just sand and palm trees. There's shit there.
No, he said he's buying a private island.
He's not buying a private island. He's going to a private island that somebody else already owns and already has shit there.
Okay. But, I don't know any private islands that have a hospital.
Do you know anything about any private islands at all? How?
Epstein's.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, I'm trying to look at it from a very less negative point than he has been.
Just being realistic.
I'm excited about the fights.
I'm excited too.
I trust the multi-billion-dollar company that has been building the sport forever, that they are going to know what they're doing and that, they're going to keep the fighters safe like they always have. So I think it's going to be fine. I'm not too worried about it.
I'm just worried that he's lost his mind, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, before we get into these fight predictions, I guess, so the GOAT tournament's over. GSP won by like 56% of the vote. It was real close between him and John Jones in the finals.
Yeah.
I agree. I say GSP.
Yeah, I seeded it. GSP won, John Jones 2. So
Yeah.
and it ended up kind of how I thought it would. The only person I was honestly afraid of beating GSP was Connor.
Mm-hmm.
But Connor lost when he was supposed to lose. So the whole tournament kind of went how I thought it would. Like, it went by the seeds pretty much. There weren't very many upsets.
Yeah.
The top 4 seeds made the Final Four. And it all went how it was supposed to. GSP dominated everyone except Jones. He had like over 90% of the votes in every single fight except John Jones. He had 56%. So
Yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty much it for that. Good job, guys. You voted.
yeah,
The way we
I wanted to make a
thought.
bigger deal about it, like maybe paint the bracket out and have it behind us, but not a lot of people really got behind it. So fuck it.
Fuck it. All right. Let's see. Early prelims. I don't know. I won't spend a whole lot of time on that. Sam Alvey's fighting Ryan Spann. I know I just saw Ryan Spann fight not too long ago. Is he newer to the UFC?
I don't know who he is. I didn't do any research before this podcast. So
Well, we don't need to for most of it. Then Eubanks is fighting. And then Michael Johnson's fighting. He's actually a favorite, isn't he?
yeah, which I
He
don't know
always
who he's
loses.
fighting, but I'm surprised he's a favorite because he fucking sucks. So like that's probably somewhere that money can be made because I think he was a decent favorite and he never wins any fights.
I don't know who this other guy is, though. So, those are early prelims. I don't know. I shouldn't even brought it up. All right. Regular prelims. Chito Vera is probably going to beat the shit out of Ray Borg.
I think Ray Borg was a favorite there.
Really?
I think he was.
Okay, yeah, vote on Chito Vera. Or bet on Chito Vera. Right? I mean, do you disagree?
I would. I mean, Borg's still good, but I like Vera. And Borg,
you say you like Vera?
yeah. And Borg always has a bunch of shit outside of fighting going on, and just like, I don't know, he just hasn't been the same for a while. So
It's a bantamweight.
yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with Vera.
Yeah, definitely. Borg's a favorite, though, is he? I don't know. I'll have to look. Alex Hernandez is fighting. I don't remember this guy.
Morales.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't either. But like Hernandez was supposed to be a big hype train, got fucked up by Cowboy, and then if I remember his last fight correctly, it was really close. And a lot of people thought he lost, and they gave it to him. So I don't know. Like, he had a fight scheduled, and I don't think it was this guy. I don't think this is the guy he was supposed to fight. I could be wrong on that. But I'm gonna go with Hernandez. I've been saying this honestly since we started the podcast, and it really never is wrong. When they have a hype train, they give him guys he can beat, especially if you don't know who they are. So I think Hernandez is going to win this one based off that.
Yeah, I don't know if they really are like trying to make Hernandez a hype train anymore though. Everybody like the fans really turn on him because of that Cowboy fight, so
Yeah,
they
but
might not really be trying to push him that much anymore.
he's still good, and he can talk. Like the stuff he was saying in the Cowboy press conference, like that was good shit. I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was annoying, but I love Cowboy, so that could be why.
Yeah, I don't love Cowboy, so
So yeah, I don't know. Uriah Hall and Jacare. Jacare is way better than Uriah Hall, but I mean Uriah Hall could knock him out, but
I don't think so.
I'm gonna go with Jacare still. I don't know. Hall always has that danger with him. Jacare is getting a little older, so that's definitely there as an option and something that could happen potentially. But I mean, I still think Jacare. So fuck, how are they getting these Brazilians over here for this fight? Do you think they probably just live here?
He lives in Florida and trains at American Top Team.
Well, I don't know if he lives there year round.
I don't know. I think he
I
does.
just go there for training camps, but I don't know. But same with Andrade. I didn't think she lived here.
No, but she came to America a few weeks ago.
Hmm.
Yeah. But Hall Jacare, that's a weird one to me too, because like this is a fight that they had scheduled before all this shit went down, and like the fight just doesn't make sense to me. Uriah Hall, I'm just haven't been very impressed with him for the last few years. I don't think he's nearly as good as people act. And Jacare, I think, is extremely underrated. Like even his last fight, he went to light heavyweight and he barely lost to Jan Blachowicz, who's about to fight for the belt. And a lot of people thought Jacare won that fight. And he's just had really good fights with like the best middleweights his entire career and beaten most of them. And I'd be really surprised if he lost this fight. I think he's like a matchup nightmare for Uriah Hall. Jacare doesn't really get knocked out, and he can grapple like crazy, and he has really good striking also. So I think Jacare wins that one pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Jacare, but yeah. Ngannou Rosenstrike. We were supposed to go to this fight and see it in Columbus. Obviously, that didn't happen. They're fighting this April 18th instead. Well, shit. You know what? These fights aren't even this weekend.
I know.
We're still just giving our predictions.
People still are going to be looking it up.
Yeah.
All right. I got shit else to look up.
True. This is a good one. It's like Rosenstrike. A lot of people weren't really impressed with his fight, his last fight against
Over him.
Over him, yeah. Sorry, because he was losing the whole time until the very end, and he fucking hit that brutal punch and knocked him out. Rosenstrike's still like a really decorated striker. You would think on paper he's like a really bad matchup for Ngannou, actually. But I don't know. That's a tough one. Ngannou's been looking a lot better every time he fights. Well, not every time, but lately he has been.
Yep.
Actually don't know who I want to pick for that one.
I think it's like extremely obvious. I think this is a great matchup for Ngannou. I think anybody that will stand with Ngannou is a fucking perfect matchup for Ngannou. And yeah, I wasn't impressed with Rosenstrike at all. He landed one punch against a guy with no chin. He had 25 minutes of stand-up against a heavyweight that has absolutely no chin, and knocked him out when he got lazy in the last minute, which, I mean, yeah, that's impressive. But if you do that with Francis Ngannou, especially the new Francis Ngannou that'll actually strike with people and isn't afraid and just going to come at you, he's probably going to get the fucking shit knocked out of him. So I'm going to go with Francis Ngannou 100% on this. I think it's a great matchup for him.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's heavyweight. Anything can really happen. But, yeah, obviously Ngannou's looked more impressive.
Jeremy Stevens, Calvin Kattar. I saw Kattar as a pretty good favorite on this one. I don't know who I think is going to win this fight. It's a really close one between two heavy hitters. But I think at the odds that you get Jeremy Stevens at, like if you're betting on this and watching this to see what you should bet on, I think Jeremy Stevens has really good odds for that. He loses a lot. He's lost more than any fighter in the UFC ever. But he
That's so crazy.
but he only loses to really good guys, especially lately. Like this late in his career, he's only getting better. He lost his last fight in a really close one to Yair Rodriguez. Like got the fuck kicked out of him in the first round, then came back, fought really well. And I mean, if it's a guy that's not in like the top 6 or 7 or 8, Jeremy Stevens usually beats him. I don't know what Qatar's ranked right now, but I bet he's around like probably like 6 or 7, around where I'm saying. So this is gonna be a really good fight. And that's my prediction. I don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah, that's another really tough one. It's like you never know what Jeremy Stevens is gonna do. He's a beast, but he also loses a lot. So
Yeah, but he always fights well. He never goes out there and just lays an egg.
yeah, I'm not gonna pick one on that right now either. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I could go either way. Luke and Price. Yeah, that's another one that's like definitely those two right there could be fight of the night. Luke, what was his last one? His last fight against
The last one I remember was he lost to Wonder Boy.
Yeah, and Wonder Boy just outclassed him really, right?
Yeah.
And then there was this fight before that, Mike Perry. Or was there another one between that?
The one before that was Mike Perry, where
I think he should have lost.
He didn't win that fight.
And then Price, his fights are always really crazy too, kind of like back and forth a lot of times. So this is just gonna be, who won the first fight? I didn't even know they fought before.
I don't know. I think Luka did.
I don't know. I could see Price winning this one then, especially if Luke won the first ones. I don't know. It can be hard to beat the same guy twice, especially when he's been getting better. But it's probably just going to be a fucking drag-out war, so it's probably going to be a really close fight.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Luque. It's really close, and I like the odds that Price has, so if I'm betting, I'm definitely going to have a parlay with Price in it. But if I had to pick just who I think is going to win, I think it's going to be Luque. I always kind of hate on him, honestly, when we talk about his fights. Like, I didn't think he won against Mike Perry. I didn't think he looked very good against Mike Perry. But he did look pretty good against Wonder Boy. And he got outclassed, but everyone gets outclassed against Wonder Boy. But he had good moments. Price is kind of just like a wild card. Like, he just kind of knocks people out in ways that they don't expect to get knocked out. I think Luke is going to stay out of those weird positions, probably just keep it on the feet and kind of outclass him the way Wonder Boy outclassed Luque. And as long as you can stay out of the weird positions against Price, I think he beats him.
I think Price has more tools than he gets credit for because he just always has such weird finishes. I'm going to go with Price, but, I mean, it's such a close one. I'm really just going with Price because I like him. So,
Right. Greg Hardy versus Castro. I'm not going to spend any time on that. Hardy's
Fuck.
probably going to win.
yeah, fuck it.
I fuck any Greg Hardy fight. I don't give a shit. Fuck that guy.
Yep.
All right. Andrade versus Rose Namajunas 2. First fight, Rose was beating the shit out of Andrade and then got slammed on her head in a weird fucking position. Rose is a head case, so I feel like this stuff could be fucking with her.
Yeah.
Andrade has been posting videos of her training her ass off non-stop, like throughout this whole thing. But I'm still going to go with Rose. Literally, when Rose was fighting Andrade before she got knocked out, I think everybody that was watching was like amazed by how good she is. Like, she showed it in the Joanna fights, but then when she was doing it to Andrade, the shit she was doing, just how good and fast she looked, like, it was incredible. And I really hope she wins this fight because I want to watch her fight Zhang. So I'm going to go with Namajunas probably by decision. She's not going to have the power to knock out Andrade. And if she can just stay away from any type of grappling, she should win it, I think, pretty easily.
That is a really good point, though, because Rose is definitely a head case. She wanted to quit after that. Fuck, I don't even really blame her. That was such a crazy thing that happened. And scary. I mean, she could have broke her neck there. And, like, the whole, like, Connor thing fucked with her real bad. So I could see her going into this pretty scared. But, I don't know. She is so good, and she should win. She definitely should, like, be able to do the same thing she did in the first fight, except for the ending.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, that's a really good point. So that really just depends on how she comes into it mentally. If she comes in the right way, she should be fine.
Yeah. And then main event, Tony Ferguson versus Justin Gaethje. I think this is going to be the best fight on the card. This thing's going to be fucking awesome. I think Gaethje's going to scare Tony first round, probably drop him, outbox him. Second round going to be a little bit of the same, and then Tony's going to start to wear on him, start beating him up. And then third, fourth, fifth round, I think Gaethje's toughness is going to keep him in it. But I think Tony's going to just be in too good a shape, too good at boxing, just too good in general. And he'll probably win those third, fourth, fifth round, maybe even the second, depending on how early he gets it going. I'm going to go with Tony by unanimous decision on this.
I see a lot of blood. I see Gaethje doing well early, like kind of like you said. And then I see Gaethje fading, and I see Tony start to piece him up on the feet a little bit, and either get like a TKO or a submission kind of later in the fight.
Yeah, I don't think Gaethje's going to pace himself at all. Like, he's just going to come out and try to fucking knock him out right away like usual. And if he doesn't do that, he's definitely going to get tired.
Yeah, I think Tony's going to be able to weather the storm and win a finish later in the fight.
Yeah, I could see him TKOing him just off, like, pure exhaustion. Like, Gaethje just swinging like crazy and missing, and Tony just fucking landing jab, jab, jab.
That's kind of what I'm
landing
thinking.
Shit and hurting
It's going to
him.
be because of exhaustion. I don't think he's going to, like, come out and just, like, knock him out, like, you know, just from straight up power. I think it's going to be, an exhaustion thing.
It would be something where the ref, like, steps in, and is like, okay, you're getting the shit beat out of you, like, let's stop this fight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him, like, knocking him down or knocking him out or choking him out or anything like that. I think it's going to be something where the ref steps in, kind of like Edgar Maynard, like, seen enough. Or no, Diaz Maynard, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, seen enough on his feet. But yeah, that's the whole card.
Yeah, it's a great card. I mean, that's one of the best cards I've seen in a long time, and it's really just like a fight fans card. Some of these names most people might not really be too familiar with. I don't know. But, I mean, if you're a fight fan and you see these matchups on here, you're like, oh, shit, let's go.
Yeah, it's a really good card.
Yeah.
I don't see it. When it was Tony Habib, I thought this thing would sell like crazy with what's going on right now. I think Tony and Gaethje will sell. I think the ESPN views are going to be fucking off the charts.
It's going to sell just because there's nothing else going on.
Yeah.
Everybody just wants to watch some sports. This is going to be one of the highest selling pay-per-views. But the problem is there's also going to be a lot of illegal streams.
See, I don't know how good it's going to sell. I know there's no sports going on, but how many non-sports fans are really gonna buy Tony Ferguson versus Justin Gaethje? Like non-MMA fans.
I think, well, that's like where like even like Hardy comes in there. I think they should have put Ngannou on the main card. I think people would have wanted to see that.
See, I don't know. I think him being on ESPN helps because I think everyone's gonna watch that. And if Francis Ngannou knocks the fuck out of Rosenstrike, and then they're like, "Oh, you had fun watching this? Like, there's nothing else to watch. $60, you get to watch these fucking guys."
$65 plus $5 for your subscription. $70. It's kind of fucking crazy.
Who cares? And that you see that shit happen, and you're like, "Oh shit!" Like, I don't have anything else to go on. I'm drunk. Like, let's fucking buy this and watch some sports. Because if they like what they saw on ESPN, they're probably gonna be like, the odds of them buying the pay per view are much higher.
Yeah.
No
really
matter who's
gotta bank
on it.
that fight not sucking.
Yeah. So I think them putting Ngannou on that is awesome because that's the guy that's going to sell for him. Like, out of anybody on that card, like, I mean, Jeremy Stevens and Calvin Kattar could maybe sell being a great fight, but if Francis Ngannou goes out there and fucking sends Rosenstrike's head into space like he did over him, people are going to be like, yeah, I like this. I'm going to buy this pay-per-view.
I think it's going to definitely be like top 10 pay-per-views for UFC.
Ever?
I think so.
No way. Not a chance.
I thought top 10 was being like pretty like
no
like
way,
liberal.
Definitely not with, especially not with ESPN Plus. But like, there's been no commercials.
Okay, illegal streams are going to be through the roof. How about that?
Yeah.
More people are going to watch this fight than
Illegal streams are going to be crazy.
Well, this is going to get to a lot.
Like,
a lot of people are going to see this. How about that?
It's still not going to beat out like any Conor fight, any Ronda fight, like DC Jones. It's not going to beat those fights out. But
I said top 10. I think that's fair.
It's top 25 maybe if they're lucky.
Definitely top 25. What the fuck? There's nothing else happening. Nobody's seen a sport in like a month.
I mean, yeah, but that's why it's going to be top 25. If this wasn't going on, nobody in the fucking world's buying Tony versus Gaethje, except for the biggest MMA fans. Nobody that we know would be excited for Tony Ferguson versus Justin Gaethje.
I think a lot of more people are into Tony than people think.
I don't.
I don't know.
Him versus Kevin Lee didn't fucking sell shit.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I think I'm right. Let's see.
And I think most people, like, how many of our friends that don't follow MMA, could you type Justin Gaethje and they could read that name?
What? Like, because his name's hard to read?
I mean, if they knew who he was, they'd be able to fucking read it.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Fuck.
None. I don't think it's going to do that. I don't think it's going to do as well as some people think because of the coronavirus. I think it'll do okay.
It's going to do
It'll do better than it was going to do.
And once we get to Fight Island, oh my god. It's going to go through the fucking roof.
Oh, well. Is there anything else you want to talk about? It's already 30 minutes.
No.
All right. We're definitely going to do another video breaking this card down more and doing predictions the week of the fight. I mean, there's probably not going to be any other news, honestly. Like, we got the fight.
Oh, I did want to talk about Anthony Smith.
All right, you do that because I didn't look it up at all. I didn't even read anything about it.
Yeah, that was fucking crazy. Some dude like broke into his house and didn't even steal anything, but I guess he was just in his computer room screaming. And Anthony Smith went out there and he said this dude was like 170 pounds and he said it was like the hardest fight of his life. Because he said he just kept hitting the dude and the dude like wouldn't stop fighting him. And then when the police came, like carried the guy out, the guy was like, "I'm sorry, man."
It's weird.
So he's just probably just like all drugged up or crazy, I don't know, but he said he went out there and was fighting this dude and was like kneeing him in the face and elbowing him and had the dude all cut up and the guy was just like not stop fighting him. He couldn't knock him out.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right. Shout out Big Heads Media. Putting us on Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, all that good stuff. And yeah, I don't know. We'll be back either next time there's news or right before these fights. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later.